it's not letting me rotate my phone, so you can hear what I'm saying, and you've already seen this picture, so we're going to start over here. So I'm just going to get my message out to the universe. The black sun already knows my intentions are good, pure, okay? And you can obtain this too. When you step back and you feel like the world, and you feel like in despair, okay, it's a good thing. Every time I have visitation of the Creator, a lot of times I feel almost like when I know that the animals are getting killed and the land is being destroyed, I really identify. I just want to take up my own life almost and commit suicide. I hate to say it. And I mean, it's not like that, like I want to kill myself. Not at all, because I don't want to even put that out there. I'm very happy. I enjoy life, I love my family, love people. But more importantly, I love the animals and I love land, which people are destroying, okay? And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. I wish that was not happening. And that's why I say today, you know, when it comes down to it, you want to, you know, really look at the facts of the matter, okay? And that would be that we are killing and harming, so we're causing suffering. We do not need animals to survive. Never did, never have. When we were in the Garden of Eden, Mount Meru, we consumed plantation, and actually we lived off of the ether, okay? Etherian, there's a real thing. And the Etherians lived off of the Aurora Borealis. Now this is what's interesting, you're going to learn in my Black Sun movie, is the Aurora Borealis, it's one L, okay? It releases an ether that's a magical ether that created everything, okay? The black sun created it. It seeps out of the below. So it's something that we do have, that we physically see, that we're like, what in the hell is that power, that energy, okay? And that gives us all life. We don't need even animals to survive. There's water buffaloes right there at the Aurora Borealis that don't need to eat other animals to survive, okay? Eats very little and they get very big. How is that? It's because of this ether. The Aurora Borealis, or Osiris, is one with Isis. Okay, so this is the black sun below, so we'll put black sun. The Aurora Borealis, or Osiris, it produces an ether connection between the sun and what we call a moon. Okay? The moon is actually a reflection of the earth onto the dome that we live under. Okay? This is where the Ankh comes from, by the way. The Ankh. So there you have it. That's like the mystery of life right there. Bam. Under animals, you know, is having it suffering, even among us and Palestinians. People are suffering, okay? I don't see very many Zionist Jews or Jewish people in general suffering at all. In fact, I don't know if they ever have. They have heisted the world based on their lies, and I'm here to stand on the truth of this and put this in their place, because I'm sick of all the stuff that they're propagating through religion and getting away with taxation, usury, and all kinds of different things. So I felt this feeling of suicide because of what's going on to the animals and the land, which causes suffering. The ether, which is created by the aurora, there are breatharians, but there's also etherians, and etherians consume the Aurora Borealis. Like I said, the water buffaloes up there, they're huge. They don't even consume meat, they don't consume food, they only consume the ether, because that's what created them. So when we're in the Garden of Eden, or close to it, Mount Meru, on a higher frequency, we're consuming ether. That energy, or whatever you want to call it, that created everything. Osiris, Aurora Borealis, is the Isis and Osiris connection, the sun, the moon, the world, summed up in one shebang, okay? And this might all be like, oh, what dimension are you coming from? I'm talking about your real dimension here. There are no dimensions. Everything you've been taught is a lie, okay? So let me break that down for you. You need to unlearn. So what do we need to unlearn? Let me show you what you need to unlearn. Unlearn, and we got to relearn the things I just showed you. the truth, okay? So I'm just going to point. They've messed my camera up. The Zionist Jews have messed up from Facebook, my camera. Okay, so we unlearn the things we learn in science, first of all, and the things we've learned in religion. These are all man-made. Now, we may see cars and lasers and TVs and think, wow, you know, physics has really brought us far with a lot of this stuff, right? Which is all ancient magic that comes from Egypt and stuff like that anyway. The telephones, all of that shit's been here from 8,000 plus years ago. They're going to say otherwise, but no, because they want to take credit for this stuff they stole from the Black Hebrews. Are actually Kemites from Egypt, by the way. There is no such thing. Jew and Judaism is a fairy tale, okay, to create a chosen people, okay, that's what Jew is. And yes, it worked, didn't it? The Christians follow it. Why is that? Because they created a spell book, kind of like this, but they called it the Torah, right? We call this the book of what's to come. We could call this the Ra book, you know, or the Black Sun book. Maybe that's what we should call it, Black Sun, or Shiva, Black Sun baby. Black Sun book, or the book of what's to come, okay? And it's going to pretty much dismantle the Torah and the Bible, because we're also taking out science. Science used to be a truth-seeking belief system, and now it's also religion, okay? So this is how they enslave us. These man-made things, like what? Gravity, okay? And anything they want to make complex enough so you don't understand it, they'll call it quantum. Okay, there is no such thing as quantum. There's no such thing as gravity. There's no such thing as wavelengths or wave energy. Okay, no such thing as any of this. Light just, okay, what you see is what you get in reality. Gravity is dielectric. Okay, it's always been around. Okay, so dielectric, you see bioelectric's one thing, but that means dual electric, right? So it's like this. Dual electric, psi. Okay, bam. Okay, so it's like you can go one negative, positive, or static, or neutral, okay? And then you're grounded. See how that works? Bam, bam, bam. Dielectric, phi, like a capacitor, or, whatever, capacitance, things like that. There's a dude that I can point y'all to who breaks down, and I'm going to download all his videos before they remove them, because he really breaks down is what gravity is confused with. Magnetism is the thing that's holding us down with this ether. Okay, so I can break all these subjects down all you want all day long. The truth you need to know is unlearn and be open to quickly unlearn what you've been taught in schools. Damn, they've messed this up so bad I don't even know where my phone is supposed to be pointed. Dang. Okay. So that's why, I don't want to waste my time with people that are like, well, Erik, this or that goes against this reality, okay? The other things to unlearn, it'll be hard, and there's no doubt about it. We should be boycotting going to work, paying taxes, all that stuff, okay? Because why? We spend money to this group named NASA, which in Hebrew means, okay, why is that? Why? Because they teach us that we're all on a spinning ball globe, Earth, held down by gravity. This is a lie. We are not on a spinning ball globe, Earth. Okay, so again, who created this? The group of the Masons, which is 8 or 9, that group is what created this, to keep us thinking and keep you thinking or believing that this stuff is true when it's actually a lie. You're not on a spinning ball globe going through the atmosphere around the sun, okay? You're spinning around the sun and then, this moon at light speed, thousands of miles per hour, while you're spinning at 4,000 miles per hour, and you're going 9,999 miles per hour through the galaxy. There's absolutely no way to measure these things, saying stuff like the sun is 92 million miles away. How do you figure that? The Hubble telescope is nothing more than Photoshop. The spinning ball globe is nothing more than been Photoshopped. Okay, there's not a single picture of the raw Earth, okay, like a raw photo. There's not one original raw photo. Instead, NASA says they can't find it, or they don't have the technology to go to the moon, when they've admitted they cannot leave the Allen's belt area, okay, of the atmosphere, which is not very far from the stratosphere. So you can't go to outer space. They know that. There's a barrier that goes around the Earth that will literally destroy any type of aircraft or spacecraft that even gets close to it, that can actually protect you from the heat, the radiation. Once you get to this point, even the spacecraft itself would blow up. So they need to come out on all their lies today. I'm telling you, NASA, you need to be very clear about your lies and deceptions. Tell everybody we're not on a spinning ball globe. In 1988, you guys released a public documentation that's clearly stated that we are on a flat plane, Stationary Earth, 1988. Go look it up. I have the actual post. It's produced by NASA.org. It says, we went into our spacecraft and we went into the spaces above in the air, the skies. And when we looked down, the Earth was a flat plane, okay? And they admitted that. In 1988, they immediately removed that document. And this was around the time where they needed to come up with the spinning ball globe deception. So they did. And they used the Bible to back it up. Or at least they got the Christians to support them, because everybody knows Christians, this is the problem with Christians, just bow down to anything and everything, like the Bible says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's. So what happens is Christians, this is why I do not associate myself with them, they bow down to the adversary. Okay, what do I mean by that? They bow down to the dark side. They bow down to banking, Federal Reserve. Because if they don't, then they could all get together and we could do something about it. We could take action, okay? And this goes for Muslims and Catholics and Jews. I mean, even the Jews don't. A lot of Jews do not even agree with Zionist Jewry. They hate it. They hate what's going on in Palestine. They hate what's going on in the Gaza Strip. They don't want any part of it. Okay, there's a lot of rabbis. Same thing. Okay? So, the reason I don't like to identify Christianity is they bow down to the adversary, the dark side, and most people in general do. But a lot of pagans and atheists, they don't. They don't want anything to do with this. They know the dark side, Zionist, Jew, or banking, religion, okay? Any man-made words that's a cult, okay? The Federal Reserve. So it's like bow down to it. How? When you support them by paying your taxes, which are illegal. The IRS, which means nine, or God, they think they're God. So the IRS, you pay taxes to the government. And you do this because the Bible says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, give to God what is God. The problem is God does not exist in the Bible sense. God is, like I said, this hollow earth vortex that is in the center of the earth, that is a black sphere. It's called the black sun. It created all things. It's just that simple, like a waterfall. It's just an unconditional consciousness. Okay? And the Masons know this. This is how they're taking advantage of you. That's what I'm trying to say is you need to wake up out of your stupor. I'm trying to help you. I love you. I love you. Unconditional consciousness. And actually, believe it or not, even though it's an unconditional consciousness, which that's more like the sun, it creates the sun. The opposite coin, the flip of a coin, it's the other side of the coin to the black sun, okay? You actually can sometimes see the black sun in the yellow or white sun, okay? So, and it'll look like that. It'll look just like that. It's a dark sun, okay? So even though it's unconditional consciousness, which is the sun, it's the consciousness, the black sun is actually the subconscious, okay? We all have a subconscious. When we go to sleep, we dream, all that stuff, right? So there's a subconscious, right? Subconscious. So the subconscious and the unconditional conscious, they're like one and the same, really. You could say unconditional subconscious, too, because you don't control it. You ever tried to control your dream? It's almost impossible. You have to kind of go with the flow, right? And guess what's in the center? The tree of life. It's a pretty bad tree. Let me do a better tree. It's the tree of... It's like one of the African trees, Okay. So there you have that. I had quite an audience. I don't know if you're here. Wave. I don't know. It might have blocked you. Okay, at least I've gotten a charge going on here. So, I've never exposed these people. And I have no problem doing it. So really today, Christians are not even Christians. See, Christians, they used to be called Yehudim of the Judah, okay, the tribe. The Yehudim, they were the tribe of Judah. They never were called Christians. Christians was a way to finance bastardizing these people, these tribes. Christians have always been around, however. They're the sun worshippers, Christianos, the poor men, the slaves who worship the sun, okay? Christianos follow the zodiac. I know everybody's going to say, oh, that's not what I follow. That's not what I believe. Or, Christians aren't me. I didn't do all this where I hung all these Indians or Negro, black slaves. Okay, but you are holding their name as your title because you think that you're a good person. And that doesn't mean you're a good person just because you're a Christian. In fact, I know that in reality, pagans are more of a better person than Christians. And that's not just my own opinion. I've been a Christian. I was a Christian for 25 plus years. I taught it. I worked in the ministry with my parents. We used to sing praises. Went to church not only on Wednesday, went to church Thursday, went to church Friday, went to church Saturday, and went to church Sunday because I loved socializing with the kids and the get-togethers, all that stuff. I read the Bible front to back every year, the Old Testament, New Testament. We were tested and had to memorize Bible verses, okay? I'm not here on a crusade against Christianity. I know if Christians could come together and get their head out of their ass and wake up, that we could take back our freedom, okay? Because Christians, they are the backbone of this nation, supposedly, in a free world where we have, right now, an opportunity to speak the truth. We have freedom of speech. So that means we have the freedom to unlearn. The Zodiac used to be known as the Way. That was your Essenes. It was called the Way. And that was Essenes. Okay, Essenes, they follow what we know today as the Zodiac. So your Bible is an astrology book. Okay, it's all it is. They have anthropomorphized the sun and the seasons and all this stuff into a story, a literacy that should not be taken literally. Okay, that, I hate to tell you this, but you just don't want this story to be the forefront of your heart and your life. You want to take action, okay? Act. If you know it's right. If you know your gut feeling, these people that are bankers, they're not being fair, they're enslaving people. That's what's going on. Okay, you say, oh, but Eric, you know, you were the one that got the debt. But why did you get the debt? Because you're working and to barely make ends meet, to pay off a house, a car. The way the system is set up, and they are withholding 99% of the wealth in the economy. Okay, bankers, the EU banking cartel, and that means Trump. They can control the economy. Okay, like an on and off switch. Okay, they control the economy like an on and off switch. So 99 to 97, 99% confidence interval. The EU banking controls the economy like an on and off switch. And that means hyperinflation, inflation, the recession, all of it. Depression of our time. Even though they say it's better than it's ever been, these are lies, okay? These are not reality. And that's why I'm here to try to tell you, one of the solutions is we can go on strike. We need to get together, quit our jobs, sell everything. Maybe put it into bitcoins. We need to come up with a solution. Okay, quit jobs, sell everything, stop paying false, illegal taxes. Did you know the IRS is a legal organization paying taxes? It's the Phoenicians. Okay, the Phoenicians. It's where you would get the word phony, because see, they come in, they're related to the Khazarians, I would imagine. The Phoenicians come in and they pretend that they run the show. They act like they control the nation or whatever. So now we're going back to the Khazarians, the ones who have been the teachers of all this. You gotta remember, they stole all this from the Sumerian Aryans, and this is my people. This is why I'm kind of ticked off. The Sumerian Aryans, blonde hair, blue-eyed race, traces back to every single race, okay? And still kind of do, okay? But these Jewish Khazarians, which we're going to go back to here, the original, you can say Russian Genghis Khan, so they're the con artists, that's where the word con artist, cons, commies, you know, communist, Khazarians, the Khazarians, which are now today Zionist. See, they change their name quite a lot, don't they? Ashkenazi. So this was your European, German. This is how they did it. This is how they took over the people who were questioning them. They went and raped the German women, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed women. Go watch Hellstorm if you don't believe me. The Russians, the mongrel Khazarians, and the Jews, Zionist Jews, when America came over and destroyed Germany in World War II, and you had the Cold War, all that stuff. Okay, they raped the women after they destroyed the SS soldiers and all that. They raped the women. And Hitler did not want to attack them. He refused to attack Europe. Europe said, go in and attack. That Europe told him, go in, fight back, refuse. So they bombed the hell out of them. And see, this is what the true stories are not told. So I told you, go watch Hellstorm, watch the greatest story never told. I'm not Nazi, pro-nationalist Germany. I'm not anti-Holocaust or Holocaust denier. I'm an ultimate truth warrior, X, and I am thought-professing the truth, okay? If you want to know the ultimate truth, you have all the tools to go research what an Ashkenazi Jew is, what a Khazarian Jew is, Zionist Jew today. This is a political movement, so they've hidden themselves under a political movement, like a Republican, Democrat, Zionist. It sounds good. It sounds all Christian. And actually, there is Zionist. Well, I have no part. I won't even go family get-together or family meeting. I will not sit with a person who is a Zionist Christian, okay? Because they are the reason for all of this animal killing, Okay, so animal mass slaughtering. You talk about a Holocaust? Okay, the greatest Holocaust ever in human history is the billions and billions of animals ruthlessly being destroyed and killed each and every freaking day. Okay, look at all the homes and buildings, churches. I mean, if you really had a church, you wouldn't be building these decadent, huge skyscraper-like churches. Skyscrapers. Okay, and like I said, the black sun is about. I saw it in my visions. The black sun is going to throw these black comets down, and it's going to destroy or remove all these things that they created, just like they did to Rome and Egypt. So the black sun is the just to the injustice. Okay, so I can't wait to release this movie of our time. I'm going to post it like crazy. We're going to get our advertisement back up. I'm going to probably stop this and we'll read this. I may just read it. I don't know if you guys want me to. I start reading where we left off. We'll just start kind of over. I did one part in 2 series. So that's really all you need to know. And stand up, people. Stand up for the truth. Even if stand up for the true truth. Okay, I know you think this message can get you killed, but I'm here to tell you today it's not. There's a protection over you. In fact, and not only that, when you join the Black Sun, which is your real true creator, and the high vibration of the Mount Meru, you will live forever. Okay? You will be rewarded. Okay, but we have to do the actions now to prove ourselves. And if we don't, you then just allow the atrocity of these Zionist bankers that, you know what they control? You don't think these people are for real? What do these people... See, they want to act like, since they made their Messiah, okay, that's the wheel. Remember, the 12 is the 12 seasons, the 12 wheel, the 12 disciples. Okay, it's the black sun. The esoteric. Right? This is why they worship the black sun. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would you believe I got that right? 12 in my first go. Wasn't even counting. Okay, that is your black sun. That's who they're trying to manipulate, act like they control. Okay, are the 12 or the 33rd, because see, that's 3 and 3. So both paths are 33rd degree. So you can have, you know, which is 3, 6, and 9. In all creation, that's how it works. So this is how they manipulated everybody and everything, is your free masonry, which is an astute fraternal club. And pretty much if you're part of it as a man, then you can give your wife and have a normal family, you know, system is a pyramid system you build up to the top, which is cut off right here. Of course, we've heard all that, and I understand you know that, but I'm telling you why and how. It's the 12. It's the 33rd degree. Okay, but we control them now because we got the black sun on our side, which they don't live it because they're destroying the earth the black sun created. So it's kind of counterproductive. Okay. This is how they use things to deceive people, however. So if the black sun is your subconscious and you can create a world with your subconscious mind, then let's create a world of peace and serenity, right? Instead. Where we don't need, with no need, no money at all will be wealthy. True equality will exist. True divine peace, divine is prosper. Okay? So that's that. And that's how we're going to take them over. So the 12 is the black sun. They're manipulating it, which means esoteric. It's over the 10. 12, which is 33rd degree, Freemasonry, 369. It's all arithmancy. Arithmancy. Okay? You got it in the kratom? Whenever you go back up, get kratom. Kratom? Yeah, whenever you can. So that's what my movie's going to be about, is we're going to talk about the black sun. So this is kind of like a behind the scenes about the black sun, because here I'm telling you to the people, we'll give them it. Let's just say that they did go through atrocities, okay? We're sorry, Jews, for what you had to happen, okay? But if we're going to apologize to you Jews, we're also going to apologize to my Native Americans, all right? Today. I'm sorry, Native Americans, for what my ancestors have done. It wasn't my ancestors. I wasn't the slave masters. If anything, I was right with you. We were slaves. And they never bowed down, and they never worked. But the ones that did, they got their hair cut off, and they threw them in education systems to enslave them. Okay? The Negroes are the ones who actually sold out They promised them some land in order to take over the Native Americans, and they took it. They never got their land from America. To this day, they've never gotten their land. But they had to team up with the Negroes to take out the Native Americans. They could not touch the Native American. The indigenous tribes were too connected. So we apologize to the Native American. We apologize to the Negroes who built this nation on the backs of slavery, real slavery, for over 400 plus years, to this day, really. Okay, and so Jews may have went through like 8 or 10 years of some atrocity, but they actually, Hitler was trying to get them to move to Israel. So all I'm saying is, not only move on from the Holocaust instead. Okay, they're going to tell you this whining story, but the thing about it is no, it did not happen that way. A lot of it was photoshopped. A lot of it did not happen the way we were taught. Okay, go watch the documentary Hellstorm, and I want you, if you want to argue with me, oh, my ancestors, yes, my great-great-grandmother went through the Holocaust too. Okay, I feel you, I understand, but there were Germans, there were Christians, there were normal people and slaves who went through just as much hell back then, and it was because the Americans in Europe, okay, in general. Go find the real story. Look up Hellstorm documentary, watch it, it's real. Or the Great Story Never Told documentary. You want to know the true truth. And that's why I'm here today. I have no holds bar. I'm not afraid. They're not going to harm you for watching it. Okay, they may try to remove it. Go download it. I got it, and I can send it to you. You can download it. Okay, there's indigenous people, Palestinians, Iranians, Afghanistans. Just because they're different color, creed, religion, belief system, does not give you a right to steal their land, occupy their land, grab their oil from the fossil fuel, they call it, which is actually Mother Earth's blood of the earth, and you're taking it so we can fuel these cars, all this stuff. I don't drive this truck like crazy. I let it sit here. I live in it. It's my truck that I just kind of have right now. So anyway, this is the truth, okay? If we want to, apologize to the Jews, we need to apologize to all people. I'm Native American. I'm offended as a Cherokee young man. I'm offended for what y'all did to my people, and how it's not, we went to war and this side won. The Indians, they're not Indians, by the way, they're Native Americans of Cherokee. We did not want to fight. I'll speak for it like that. We were nonviolent, okay? Nonviolent, all right? Always have been, always will be. We were peace loving. You talk about hippies. See, they created hippies to make fun of us in the 70s. As a bunch of LSD, peace loving potheads, okay? No, that's how you're supposed to be. Nonviolent. That means no guns, no killing, which is really equal to cannibalism. Okay? Sacrificing. I'd say blood sacrificing, rituals, sex, orgy, underage. I'm talking newborn, okay? And I have a video on my YouTube channel. Check it out. I prove this stuff. I'm talking newborn. If you think this is nasty, newborn to toddler, okay, to 12-year-old sex. That's what these people do. They actually do it. It's one thing you look at it, you see it, you hear about it, okay? They really are doing these things, okay? Newborn and to toddler to 12 to 15 on up, whatever, sex, okay? Sex sacrifices. They've killed newborns. We got evidence of this. This is really going on. Of course, their media, which they control, doesn't ever report on it. Okay, go figure. So there you have our children, our women. They raped Pocahontas. This was not a agreement. Thanksgiving is a bunch of load of shit. Okay, I'm an Indian. I know. I'm a Native American. You all call this an Indian because Christopher Columbus, who was a megalomaniac, sociopathic rapist and murderer, he was a cannibal. He had sex with children. He had blood over oath, sex sacrifices. Okay, go look this shit up. He's no honorable person or man. Just like the picture you see of Jesus, that is Caesar Borgia. He was a sick pedophile. He had sex with his sister, his mom, fornicate with his mother, and weird shit like that. And that's the picture of Jesus that you worship, the white Jesus. That's Caesar Borgia. Go do some homework. Do you want to know the truth? Do you want to keep living a lie? Okay? You may think, oh God, Eric, you're negative. I'm positive, because I'm overcoming the negative. Do you want to live a lie, or do you want to live a truth? Which one do you want? Do you like to live a lie, or do you want to live the true truth? I'm not making any of this stuff up. You can go look it up, and if you don't believe it, here. Okay? If you want to be, you can be an ultimate truth warrior. X, you can be a part of the 13th dynasty. Okay, that's the Moringa Cryptic Kingdom. This is about to take over and rule you all. So you can either join us now, okay? Yes, we are taking over these 3 places as you speak. The Vatican, the USA, EU, okay? Yeah. It's because of this book, the Black Sun book, is about to book, baby. Because everything I wrote in here is about to occur. It's already been going, taking place. One day at a time, everything's surfacing. This is the book of curses, which if you're in this book, like Vimeo, the places that are trying to make it harder for me, you're going to be cursed, okay? This is all curses. Smart be it. The first curse was that all curses against us would be off. Smart be it. That is it. It is. This is how I know they can't kill me. ABbabolla, the Khazaria, UGP, the Black Sun, baby. Put that right there, too. You may think I'm crazy, but I understand the subconscious. You got to know it. So that's how this works. We have no time to waste. Plus, check out Nice Serene Barakat. I think that's her name. Go check her out. She's pretty cool. People, I believe. I don't know her by person, not much. I kind of saw her, somewhat met her in person. It seems like she's on point. Whoa, shoot, with what we're doing. But of course, we are creating that Moringa Cryptic Kingdom. When we take over, as we will, Moringa Cryptic, you can go look this hashtag up. Moringa Cryptic Kingdom. Yes, just like she's doing, we're going to create plant-based. We're not doing it like vegan or any cult. Plant-based, meaning you don't harm anything. Plant-based neighborhoods. Yeah, plant-based hood, baby. Okay? So plant-based neighborhoods will have pretty much what I want to create, and we're going to create, where everybody has America, where the soil is good. So we're going to bring everybody there, all the sick, drug addicted, okay? And we're going to correct America with Moringa C. And I'm being directed by the Black Sun to do this. So Moringa C is a cryptic Moringa. It's got the power of the Black Sun. I've figured out how to do this, where I transfer the energy of the Black Sun, put it in my Moringa, and it's going to heal the soil. It's going to correct the air, or ether, that's why the wind blows, and it's going to correct the water, because the Moringa seeds, when crushed, purify all water impurities, 99% plus, okay? It coagulates all nasty bacteria, it breaks it to the bottom, you can filter it off the top, just like this water here, pure spring water. So water, soil, air, which means food, will be pure again, okay? And when that happens, people and their brains will start to... People are on drugs because they don't feel good, all right? In Rhode Island, Seattle, Washington, as I said, we're going to come and fix it for proof. We're going to fix you all first. Those who call you losers, failures, the sick, okay? That's going to be our warriors, okay? People who are slaves, broken. You know, you go to the church because you're broken, but the church doesn't help. They just take your money and they kick you down the stairs, and they take the crutch and smack you over the head with it, okay? I'm real. I'm telling you. We're going to work together as real people together, okay? Yes, we will abolish all religion, all belief systems. You know, we're not a belief system. We are the system, okay? The Black Sun, this is not a fucking belief system. You hear me? This is the only system. And what they've done is they've inverted it and created religious beliefs from this Black Sun, which you can say is Shiva. Remember they said in the Old Testament, Elohim. No matter what you Christians want to twist the Bible, the Torah, Elohim means male, female, them, God. Gods. That's us. We are the Elohim. Wake, try to school me on this stuff, okay? I'm telling you, the Hebrewic Torah, that's what's written, you're trying to twist it in your favor to say there's one God. The problem is the very premise of the God you worship, and same with the Quran, because the Quran is the same exact Abrahamic faith, okay? They're related to Abraham. Go read the Quran. I'm so shocked that more Christians do not wake up and realize this, because they're too stuck up and tied into the dogma, indoctrination, bias, okay? Sometimes you gotta know the truth to know why you're doing something. So I'm telling you the truth. By telling you the negative things, we can now overcome with positivity. So when I'm telling you these things, you may think, oh my God, Eric, this is too negative for me. No, it's positive. So that's the reality. See, I don't know, my camera's all cockeyed. Sucks. So I just have to hope this happened on my Dr. Sebi one. Isn't that amazing? So I talk about really truth, in-depth stuff like Dr. Sebi. They screwed this camera up. Look, I'm pointing here, and it's got to turn this way. It's done this before. What's up, L'Oreal? There's L'Oreal. There's our boss friend. Gonna make some more babies, buddy? I know. Such will happen.
Looking for a batch of them.
Yeah, he's got to get to work again. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, we're going to take over with the wasps and the bees. So even if you guys think I'm crazy and you don't want to work with me, I'm like that dude in Noah's Ark, you know? It's going to happen either way. You're going to have to do, you know, what I'm telling you. It's going to happen. So we're going to purify the air, water, soil, and the food. Okay? And we're going to do this with the Moringa Sea. Okay? It's really simple. We're going to spray it in the airs. We're going to have 50 tons of this stuff, and we're going to hand it out door to door to all those people that you Zionist Jewish bankers call goyim, right? You call us goyim, which is the herd. This is in their book. They call us goyim, which is herd. That should offend you. Okay, they're saying you're a loser, you're sick, you're a failure. Why do you think they make drugs and doctors? Okay, they made those people and pay those people big money to keep you sick, to dumb you down. Your brain is all you got. Stop doing drugs. Stop drinking soda. Stop it. Stop consuming animals, for Christ's sakes. It's not doing your body any good. Okay? Oh, man. I'm just shocked I have to... I literally have to break all this stuff down. And if I have to do it every day, I will. I know. You think I'm in the jungle out here. It's loud. Okay. I will be uploading this video to the, what do you call it? To the YouTube channel. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. I know a lot of people are scared to question or comment or even like. It's sad that Americans are so enslaved right now that they can't even, I know they wouldn't agree with me. Yeah, we got a couple likes. More power to those who do like it. Hell yeah. That's great. You know, information to get out to anyone, really, at this point. And the Pleiadians and all these people, we need to stop identifying, oh, are you a flat earther? Or are you a Jew? Are you this, that? Just know, I'm not here to identify with any belief system whatsoever. What I'm doing is trying to help people wake up and realize the absolute true truth. Okay? And within that, you have to know some things. We wish to bring forth serenity and peace on earth. So how are we going to do that? Well, in order to do that, we have to take a look at the reality around us. That, yes, the water is poisoned. That doesn't mean I necessarily believe we should go and, you know, get a $5,000 Kagan water system that just gives you a false electrolysis reading. Go get some spring water. This is straight out of the springs. Okay? It's free. All right? And it will heal you. Things from nature had it right the first time. You got to remember, the electrical minerals, it's called electrolytes, that's found in the earth. That's found literally in the springs. Go to findaspring.com, as I said before. I'm just going to keep spreading the ultimate true truth here. I know they don't want you to know this. They don't want you to hear about this. They, you know, just don't. They want you to ignore it. And I'm going to stand up for what's right and what's true, and you're not going to be able to stop me. That's all there is to it. So when you tell me, oh, no, Eric, the Holocaust happened, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm trying to tell you that these people manipulated the situation, whine and cry about it. It's time to move on. You told the Indians, the Native Americans, that's my people, to move on when you stole our land. Those Jews were the bankers that are the slave masters, and they don't want to take ownership of that. That's not my Aryan brother. The Sumerian Aryans are completely different people. They come from... Did you know that the African, you can look up black or African, blonde hair, blue eye. That's my people. Okay, the original African with blonde hair, blue eye. That's Sumerian Aryan. So yes, I have complete black roots. So if you're a black, Negro, or whatever color, I am right with you. I'm not the white man. The white man is the Khazarian, Mongol, Caucasian, Khazarian Khan, the Asian, okay, Russian, Khazarian, Russian, Greek, Roman. The German was the original Sumerian, went up north and became more light skinned. Okay, so that's what, so this is just the reality of life, and you know a lot of people cannot handle it. But like I said, it won't matter here soon because the Great Reset is about to happen. Okay, that's 2019 to 2020. I suggest if you guys are listening to this, take out all your money, sell your house, sell your car, and put it into bitcoins, cryptocurrency. Give you a Bitcoin. It's gone up 64,000%. Do you know that? Or is it 46,000%? One of the two. Literally, think of that. It started at $13 a Bitcoin. Do you realize it's double that of gold? It's twice it, okay? It's only been around, like, for what, 5 years or some crap? Think about that. This is the new world order currency, and we're going to take it over, and I'm going to own it, okay? Literally. It's at 6,000, you know, whatever. Gold's like 3,000, whatever. So Bitcoin is the future, the new world currency to correct all this. Okay, I hope you understand that. That's just how it's going to go. So, like I said, it's gone up 46 or 64,000%. Bitcoins is the future. You can't buy but one Bitcoin, at a time. There's what $6,000 of Bitcoin. You can get Bitcoin Cash, which is like 282 right now. You have Ethereum, which is 175, and you have Litecoin, which is like 75. I don't know. There's different ones. Ox, which is like a penny right now. AOX. So there's different things, and I suggest just at least looking into it because, get one, because of 2020 something. It's all going to skyrocket once again. I know a lot of people are like, damn, Eric, I'm too much of a slave. There's no way I have that kind of money to even put it even in for, a $200 one. But I'm telling you, instead of buying all this crap and junk, then, try this. That's all I'm saying. Cryptic currency. That's why everything's cryptic. All right. Let's see here. Moringa Cryptic Kingdom, in fact. Okay. So, yes, 2020. This is when the Great Reset is about to happen. Okay. It's actually happening. So its meaning is the ending of an age or a time frame, right? So you look at that. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's 5, right? See that? Okay, so that's 5. That means we're halfway there. It's good. This was the beginning of the ending. Okay, so 2012. So you look at now 20, right? 19. That's 3, right? And so then 2020, you're back now at the balance, which is 4. This is really important. And look, you're going to be back at, again, 20, do you notice this? Look at this, y'all. Holy shit. Look, 2012. Look, 2021, right? They're inverted. Why? 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? What's 2021? 2, 4, 5. Bam. Do you get it now? Since 2012 to 2021 equals back at 121 is going to be the full reset by that. So when you say January 1st, the black sun will have already returned and we'll be in a new world. This is why just stick in there. Anybody that's wanting to commit suicide, they're struggling, you just got a couple more years. We're going to be at 2020. This will be when their world's ending and our Moringa Cryptic Kingdom is coming in. I'll be crowned the King of the Jews. Their whole world will fall apart and will start all over. This is called the Great Reset. It happens every 400 years. But see, conventional knowledge will have you think that it happens every, what is it? They'd say like every 4 million or some 12 million years. And there's that 12 again. See, wherever there's a 12, just know the 33rd degree have manipulated it. What you got to do is you got to ground or earth, gaze at the sun. If you want to get your information, you want to look at that sun, which they love blocking with their fake chemtrails. I don't even believe, this is what I believe. The truth is that the chemtrails are not even dangerous. Look at those. They could have some chemicals. They say it's barium, strontium, and aluminum that they're spraying in the skies, which is polluting the air, okay? Set aside from the pollution, okay? Whether that's true or not, there's people getting sick in certain areas, this and that, but I believe it could just be vapor sprays to block the sun because they don't want you to get out here in the sun and they think it blocks the radiation and connection. So you just got to look at it, try to move that stuff, really ground yourself and continue to look at it as much as you can. Quit your job, just come out. I'm telling you, just quit your job, go home, ground at the earth, and look at the sun. If you created a movement like that and just sat and meditated, all these problems would go away. You got to think of it this way. When you've got people saying, oh no, Eric, but what would you do? You need to go to work. You need to have a job. You need to pay your bills, utilities. These are all things that are already lies. You don't need them. Go check out Century 21 Belize. You'll find houses that are worth millions that are $500,000 houses in Belize, right on the coast, for guess how much money? $170,000, $79,000, $300,000 will get you $1 million home. Damn beach, okay? You live like a king and queen. I'm not making this up. Me and my girlfriend, we looked it up last night and thought, man, who are we going to rob? $20,000 each to get a house that's $180,000 to $300,000. I'd sell this truck and get a house down in Belize that is, I mean, think about it. It's 86 degrees year-round. The soil is perfect. The water is the purest water on the planet. I'm just telling them about how you can get $1 million house for like $100,000, $70,000, $300,000. Just look up Century 21 Belize, Placentia. and be like, Eric, thank you so much for telling me about that. Because you're spending how much on property tax per year? Okay, just the amount of property tax you spend per year in certain areas, 700, 800. I spend on this truck 800 alone. What is it, taking up God forbidden Jewish space or something? Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's one freaking charge and fee after another. And so by the time you pay all your fees and fines for the past 10 years, you could have bought a house. And guess what the property tax is over there? $25 a year. $25 a year property tax.
Yeah, I
know. It's just insane. When you think about them, by the time you have 3 kids, a house, utilities, taxes, what you pay into the government, do they need all that money? Doesn't it sound like what Eric's saying is true? That the IRS is illegal, taxes are a fraud, these Phaeacians are taking money from you to pay the royal elite? Doesn't that make sense now? Does to me. Hey, boobs. Boobs. Before you go in. I thought this was crazy. Look, I accidentally figured out. Okay, you remember they said the end of the world is 2020, and actually 2000, which is 2, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just looking at the year, 2012 is a 5. It's a really, so what that tells you is that's a 5, which is God or the sun, right? It's 5, it's good. It's a good year. It's the end. But when you look at it, in the future, it'll tell you why it's in, because we're in 2019, which is 3. 2020 is 4, which is the balance, okay? Now look what happens, okay? That's 2012, right? Well, 2012 and 2021 are invertedly the same. 5 and 5. So look at 2012 to 2021. And the beginning of all things will be 2021, January 1st. There'll be a new world, guaranteed.
It's crazy.
It'll be back at 1. It's the reset. So that's why 2020, our kingdom has to actually take place. I become crowned the king of the Jews, because in 2020, on my birth, September, I will go to Purim, Israel. And I'm going to tell them all this, and I'm not going to have anything to stop me. Nothing. No phone, nothing. They won't be able to kill me, nothing. I will go and walk barefoot to Purim and tell them exactly who I am. And they will have someone says they're the Messiah, that's the Messiah. Yeah. And they can prophetically test me every which way, and I will succeed them. And I'm going to put this Royale in his place. Rael.
Yeah.
He was in my dream and he shook my hand for a reason, because he knew I had come, I had been chosen. See, he is a 33rd degree. He's the Mason version of me. He's not the real version.
Right.
Because they don't think I'm coming. They didn't think I would actually be here. They didn't think someone would figure it out, one of the two. Well, because if you keep going, so isn't that interesting? 2021 and 2012 is 5 and 5. Takes you back to 1. So that's going to be also when Bitcoins, if you put into Bitcoins, you're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be the new wealthy people of the new age, because you listened to me. I was the Messiah. Same thing. And when shit was reset, he tried to tell him, and what happened? He died and rose again. What is he saying? The market, it died because he flipped out with the money changers in the church. It died and it came back. Rome fell and it came back up. It became whatever.
Really?
Europe.
Yeah. During Hitler's time.
You know what I mean? So if there was any man that existed that was doing what Jesus is doing, any Messiah, he comes every 400 years and does the same reset, because it's the black sun who initiates it. That's God. Sophia. She creatively puts the information in one man to change the planet. And she does all the rest. You have faith in her. You don't have faith. They've inverted this whole reality scenario, because you got to think of it. You don't know how this world works. Why? Why don't you understand this matrix around you? What's it about? I mean, I could be right, you see? So would it be so crazy if I'm right, when a lot of people believe a lot of crazy shit, like aliens and 42 million years old, this, and we can go to outer space and 20 different planets, you know, all this BS. You can't prove it, and we've never done it. But what I'm telling you is, let's go to the North Pole and let's go to the inner Earth. There's already a team trying to do that. But why is the government blocking us from going to the North Pole? Why is the government not want us? 46 different nations, the biggest nations, have an allied pact to to Antarctica, that nobody can go to the Antarctic Circle, that no one can go to the North Pole without their, surveillance and permission. Why? Well, it's because they're hiding something. When Hitler wanted to take over the world, he was taking over Mount Meru. Well, that's why they stopped him, because he wanted to take ownership of Mount Meru. That's the swastika. That's why it's there. The swastika has been used by every culture since the beginning of mankind. It means balance. It's for. It means truth. We lived in a world of truth. When that swastika comes back as the world symbol, times you are living in the golden age.
Yeah.
We no longer live in the golden age. What happened with Hitler in 8 years when he brought that swastika up on his flag? Bam! They became the #1 world economy in overnight. And what happened? He took over Mount Meru. He's about to take over the world and kick the usury. When you say Zionist Jew banking, you're saying slavery worldwide. They think they have a slavery system in line so strong that they can just bully people out of their money, out of their livelihood, and act as if they have control somehow. I'm here to tell you, you cannot enslave a squirrel. You may be able to enslave a monkey, a lion, okay? You can box in a squirrel and act like that you control them. Shit. Yeah, I tried to. That's crazy. They knocked me off and I had to cancel. I'm like, I'm not done speaking, y'all. Listen up. This is going live. This is going out of control here. This is going on YouTube too. I don't care if I got to speak 4 hours on it. I had a guy watch my full 4-hour segment, and he kept watching my playlist because of how interesting this stuff is. Obviously, it's the truth. You're listening to the Messiah. Do you know anybody else that's got the courage to speak like this? No. That's why the Black Sun literally came to my doorstep, came to my window, and gave me this information. Gave me more than you can even imagine. There's some things I can't even tell you about. That's how deep it goes. Because if I told you, you wouldn't be able to comprehend it, let alone know how to utilize this information. It wouldn't matter. I'm telling you just the amount of stuff you do need to know, because what's about to happen very shortly. If you came across me, like I had a girl, she added me as a friend yesterday. I said, "Do I know you? Why are you adding me?" My little kids, they're like toddlers or whatever. They must have picked up the phone and they were tappy, tappy, tappy or something like that. And I thought, well, that must be. It was meant to be. That's just so crazy. I have little children that are attracted to my message. Little children who don't even know. They just can see me and they see my light and they know that is living water. That man is God within and beyond God. I'm beyond God. And I'm showing you the mastery of your true self. Can you imagine if we lived in a world where we were a bunch of gods and then these other gods enslaved these other gods and then taught them in an education system that those gods weren't gods? That we weren't all equal? Welcome to the world you live in. You're beyond God. You've been told that you're not. You believed that you're just a slave, that you're just a Christian. Your essence, your person, that you're a taxpayer. What do people say when they're proud of what they do? They're a proud citizen. They say, "I'm a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen." Don't they say that? I'm a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. To me, that is the saddest thing to hear. That's the saddest statement anyone could possibly say. I'm going to tell you why. Because what it means is you've given up your solitude as just a human person, not even a god. You gave that up a long time ago, your godhood. You saying you're a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen is literally the greatest atrocity of mankind. Because you're saying that you are a compliant, subservient, humble servant slave, and that you're proud that you have a slave master, that you can pay taxes in honor and solitude and tariff too. Do you understand that? That, to me, is quite horrifying. I noticed they're not letting anybody join anymore. I had tons of people in my audience, and now it's funny, they filter me out. This is how they censor me. They turn off my audience gauge, like, oh, I had all these people, and it's like, K. Rondo's the last one. Yeah, that was like 30 minutes ago. Like, so nobody's tuning in on this day? And I just had like 50 people tune in, so there's going to be a lot of views. They're doing that so it makes it feel like what they can do is, because see, if you start getting like 1,000 people, kind of like those shills like Jamar Milton and Kevin Wesley, they're shills, okay? How do I know? Because we got the same amount of audience and power in our audience. The difference those people, they allow him or those people to have an open door Like they press the button. So they got 1,000 things and it says 1,000 people watching. So that makes the people watching like, oh wow, there's 1,000 people tuning into this information. It must be really pertinent. Okay? Ignore Erik's information. And usually I'll go live. Those type of shows will go live to almost in my face. And they talk about the same things I'm talking about, but invert it and keep information withheld. That's called a gatekeeper. Okay? A provocateur and a shill. And when I go live, when I start to grow an audience, it's like, it just says live. Like, oh, you got one person watching, or nobody's watching. Okay. And there could be 1,000 people, hundreds of people watching right now who are scared to even comment. And then they make it where it's in the tumbleweeds, because he's not talking about anything entertaining. He's not talking about, taking your drawers off and taking a shit in the gutter, and then you fall off the top and you land on your neck and break your fucking back on the ground. Ha 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 ha. Wouldn't that be funny? Would you guys tune in then? Should I go up there, take a shit up on the roof, and then put it in the gutter and fall off the top and go to the hospital? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? 20 million views. Wow. So I'm literally talking to a populace of idiot morons, right? And if you don't like that, then do something about it. We need to take actions. It's one way or the other. Which way you want to look at it,
Exactly.
The end is near. Either way you want to look at it. 2020. Your glasses are in the bed. 21 would be a great year, which even makes sense. It's funny because even George Soros says Israel's going to be wiped off the face of the map in 2020, which, the reason he said that is because I'll be the one that's ruling, and he's pissed off about that. Of course he doesn't want me ruling. They hate me. They absolutely hate me. You talking about the Jews hating Jesus? No, they're talking about me. I'm the guy they hate. Listen to me speak. I'm the only one doing this. Right? Yeah. You can trust me. I'm calling names. They got addresses. You got a phone book. What's going to happen is they're all going to go sick. They're going to be turned into dogs. Okay? These people who are harming my animals, they got these huge industries. All right. Be turned into dogs, yes. So what else can we say more about the black sun and, these shills? So there's shills, all that stuff I've talked about. How to call out and how to observe a shill. How to know the difference between shill versus true truth. I'm going to say true truth because it's different than their truth. Well, I can tell you this, you're always going to get the true truth from me because I'm always thought professing. So when you thought profess, you're actually presenting, like that article, that guy from Tennessee, gosh, that's a career killer, right? And it probably will kill his career because you'll have the ADL, the Holocaust campaign, and all these different people. They're going to come down on this man and ruin his career, which I think is terrible because all the man is trying to say is, you can't just keep piggybacking on an event where really, whether it happened or not, like you say, it didn't. There wasn't 4 million or 40 million Jews that died to begin with. That's a lie, okay, fabrication. Because they control, okay, here's your shills. They control ABC News, Fox News. Did you know Fox equals 666? O is 6 and X is 6. 666 News. ABC is 123, which is the same thing. It's 3 News. You give me any news broadcast, they all equal 3, 6, or 9, first of all. Okay, which is media. Okay, these people, the Freemasons, 33rd degree, you're Jews, you're Zionist, however you want to put it, whatever cult, Shiners, I'm putting them all out. Okay, these are your kids, human traffic. Okay, through media. They get away with it because media protects them. What else protects them? Law. So that means the judge, Congress. Okay, these are the bad guys. This is the dark side. That means Trump or any president. Okay, this is all your shills. They work for this. Okay, so media, law, military, because you think you're fighting for a good cause. It's just like everything. Religion, it's the same thing. Religion, but for an organization that is disbelief or lies. So these shills are agents. They're data collectors. They collect information about you. Who you are, what you're into. And you can say, oh, Erik, but I have nothing to hide. Well, that's great that you have a good, innocent life. They don't care about that. They keep you on a monitor. They look and see, do you follow Erik Plott, the truther? Because if you follow me, you're on my mailing list, which we have 110,000 new subscribers. Thank you. I mean, overall, the Moringa tribe, and it's growing, plus, I say plus, we reached 12 million, and I want to get that 12 million, I want all 12 million to become a sub to thekingmoringa.com. I'm about to send out a huge, and nobody even needs to know what my next move is. It's going to be huge. Okay, check out Thought Profess, by the way, EGP, Black Sun Baby. So the media they control, the law, military, religion, lies, they control all this and more. What else do they control? They control your television, okay? They control your music. The music industry is controlled by them. You got to do certain things, sacrifice. You got to kill loved ones around you to get the music contract. You got to, in Hollywood, I have a man willing to change your sex to a female. They're called Class A trannies, okay? And just about every actress and female music star, diva, is a man. They were born a boy, and they transfer their sex over. They're called Class A trannies, which I have no problem with trannies or even homosexual actions. It's whatever. But when you lie to people blatantly and you call yourself Lady Gaga, Shakira, Beyonce, J-Lo, any of these names, and you're a man, what you're doing is you're programming as if you're a real woman. So they got you up there looking like no woman you've ever seen. Go look at these women, their facial structure. They all have a very symmetrical, boxed-in face. The only thing is they wear their wigs or they grow their hair out. They wear a lot of makeup, put lipstick on. They put their eyeliner. And they look, by the appearance, as women. They can get their Adam's apple removed or at least ground down. Their shoulders are very boxed, just like my shoulders. In fact, I would be a prime suspect to be a Class A trainee. I have the same body that they like and want and need. And you become multi-millions. But the thing is, they got to keep the secret within their sect. They got to keep it in Hollywood. If anybody starts to come out about it, kind of like Michael Jackson, they get killed. They get taken out because they're so tied in. And they cannot and will not dare say a word about it. So these women, okay, they can even get hip surgery and get hips. They can get ass surgery done. So they get silicone ass plates put in the back of their butt. They can get the Brazilian job, kind of like J-Lo or Beyonce, any of them, however you want to look at it. Okay, they just don't work out, so they keep their flimsy muscles really skinny, like some pretty boys. So there's pretty boys. They take a pretty boy, they take their genitals, they can remove their genitals, and they can even give them a vagina, or they can give the boy hormone therapy, okay, estrogen. So when they give them the estrogen on these tranny farms growing up, they're called tranny nests, and it's a satanic nest where the girls, and they grow up in nudist communities, father, mother, son, incest, sex, galore, whatever, okay? That's the reality. So whether you're for or against it, what you think about it, I don't care what you do. It's your family. If you're having sex with your sister, your daughter, and, she's newborn. She's a baby, for Christ's sakes, in the diaper, okay? And you want to justify that, okay? I believe it's sick behavior, however you want to look at it. Whatever. Okay, so all you got to do is get breast implants. And for a good job, they can get your chin, your jawbone structure. They can change all that. They can make it look more round, which is more feminine. Normally, though, these women and actresses, they're musicians, they're superstars. But as they age, they can't help it. This is when they ruin their career and they shut them up. Because why shouldn't they be able to age gracefully and then, keep their touring going on and come out to a really awesome record? You'll find that none of them do at 50 or on. Like a diva, for instance, around here, we have Dolly Parton. I hate to say it and break it down to y'all. Dolly Parton was born a boy, y'all. It's a man up there. Go look at her huge draw of her shoulders across, okay? They get the hip job. They get the estrogen therapy. And what happens is all that testosterone starts to come up. So what happens is you begin to see their huge hands. See, I got the light shining down on this truth today. So their huge hands. Go look up Mr. E. I want everybody to go look up Mr. E and see how he breaks it down. He's a really funny guy, too. I know him online. Okay, these are called... You can look up Tranny Truth, since we're getting into it. These men, they love getting with transgender men because they can get a woman to procreate with. That's no problem. So they hate women. So they don't allow it in their fraternal club, women to ever obtain. I knew real women that were in there. The real girls never get the roles. They never get the music contract. It's the girls who were brought up and raised in Masonic, Freemasonic, tranny, transgender, trans farm, or a tranny nest. You can say, a nest. And what this means, satanic, because they do believe in satanic. Satan is a female. So that's what they like to do. It's the ultimate way to sell yourself out. If you can do this, then they got you by the balls, literally. Think about it. If you were born a boy, or even a girl for that matter, and if you transfer your sex over, okay, then you're that person. Your parents made the decision okay, for you. You'll be confused for your entire life, but you'll be controlled nonetheless. They can always control you. That's the point, okay? That's why every one of these actresses and supermodels, you name it on down, they all just look strange, almost alien-like. And what they're trying to do is set the stage, or set the standard for women, but all along they are not women. And this is how these actresses end up with the male, or it could be even be a female, born a female, but became a male, okay? They can give them, the girls, testosterone therapy. I mean, if you look up some of them, these guys or girls look exactly like men. They got the nice chest that's, toned chest and even six-pack abs, okay? And they'll have the slanted shoulders. Something looks a little bit off, And again, I don't care what you think about what I'm saying. You think, Erik, how dare you? I really don't give a shit, okay? I'm telling you the truth. Because, no, if I'm a boy that's changed his sex over to a female, but I didn't know. Or how about the fact that if what I'm telling you is true, and all these actresses and musicians and movie stars, go look up Mr. E if you don't believe me, and look up trans investigation, and just look up your favorite movie star, look up your favorite singer, look up Mr. E, trans investigation, okay? These people, they can get hormone therapy, they can get voice therapy. I'm telling you, a guy can get voice therapy and within 6 weeks sound identical to your sister, sound identical to your mom. They'll have a Jewish bankers can pay surgeons high-paying dollars. I'm talking hundreds of thousands, if not million-dollar jobs. So the more money put into this transfer over, which I call Class A trannies, Class A, because you got Class B, which are like that Jenner guy, where it's blatantly in your face, okay? So Class B, that's to make it look like, yeah, this is what transgenders really look like. So, and then you know the difference. They look more like drag queens, right? Okay? But what I'm talking about is Class A trannies. They confuse the whole world, okay? I could throw out names, but just name anybody, any actress that you like. Any of them. They have the Adam's apple, they have the structure, the cross, and most importantly, the Adonis belt right here on the thighs of a man. That Adonis belt goes in like that, and all these females have it. They do not have the female hip. That's the problem, okay? Where the belly button is above the hip, or the hips are above the belly button. Okay, with men, our belly button is right along with the hip. If anything, it's kind of below it. Does teach you the physiology of it all. It's factual at this point. There's no denying it. These people are coming from a tranny nest. See, so this is why you can't watch it, because what they're trying to do is entice straight men, heterosexuals, to be attracted to men by putting men, all of them are men that look like females. And so that's where it looks like by appearance that these females, or whatever, divas, are men, but they look like women. And so if they look like women, did you see Rihanna? She's hot, and Jay-Z and all these guys that are dating them, they're actually into guys. So they marry men. See, and that's why all this is coming out now. It's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah falling or whatever, or Babylon, because now you know. So, because I put it out there. I'm putting the truth out there. Why they're doing it, how they're doing it, how long they've been doing it, since the dawn of creation of the TV, since 1920s, They have made dressed up women, or they've dressed up men to look like women since the beginning of television, to confuse people, okay? Because these Masonic wealthy men are actually into men. They may get with a woman to procreate, and then they have baby bumps that you can actually put on a woman to make it look like they have they don't. It's just an attachment that you can put on you, and then you can put a shirt over it. You can make anyone look like they're pregnant with this baby bump. It's called a moon bump. And you can buy these moon bumps. Why do they even make moon bumps? And it's expensive. So these people who are wealthy put moon bumps on because they're men and they're not pregnant. They're trannies. Look up hashtag tranny truth. Hashtag that on Facebook. I've posted many videos. It proves what I'm saying. Okay? Absolutely. So I'm just hitting what these people, the 12, are into. Most of these men, they're women. They're subservient because, see, a woman wouldn't be able to be okay with all this stuff, and eventually they'd whistleblow on their men, okay? But they know that if they're married to a man who looks exactly like a woman in every area, but is not able to procreate, they can go get a woman slave, and it's got really good genes and makeup and DNA. They can artificial and make it look like they're married man, they're tranny, Class A tranny, make it look like they deliver. Have you ever seen Beyonce or any of these people, Madonna, ever actually have a baby coming out of their vagina, or just, coming down out of, the blankets, not even seeing the vagina? But I can guarantee you this, you'll never see any mainstream female actress or musician or even model. All those Miss Americas, all of them, Miss Israel, all of those, Victoria's Secret, they're all men, 100%, okay? Reality is they have tranny nest, and they have millions upon millions of them, and they've got brochures and catalog books full of them. The more they can look like a real female, the more they're willing to choose those type of people. Okay? It really makes a lot of sense, because they don't want just some woman life and taking up half their wealth, or trying to soothsay them out of their money and power. Okay, they're not that stupid at all. They're not dumb at all. They stick with men because they can kill that man if he's not doing what they tell him. They can brainwash him, so they get their sex from a man who looks exactly like a woman. The whole world fooled, thinking that this woman is a trophy, model, wife, or actress, superstar. But what made him a superstar in the first place? But you're Jewish, free Masonic, Zionist. You're Shriner. So they created these trannies to go look up. Again, Mr. E, Trans Investigation. I'm going to be coming out with a video on it one of these days. We're going to have, Say Goodbye, Uncle Tom, coming out soon. And talk about what slavery and what they did to the Native Americans. For real, right before your eyes, we have actual video footage of how they treated them like dogs. Worse than dogs. So that's coming. What your Christian American culture originated on when we first came here. It was pretty ugly. You don't even know. Okay? So yeah, we're coming out with all this, so we're dismantling it. Again, here's the book of things that are to come. Top angelic, we got the Black Sun Knights, Ultimate Truth Warrior X, Disciple to New World, Moringa Cryptic Kingdom. We got Fuck It Island, Barry Anderson, Earthling Ed, Vegan, Rhonda Hilda, Billy Griffin, Coconut Clara, Jeff Plott, Lynette, R.J. Mutt-Teller, Jonathan Batchelor, Elizabeth Garcia, Sheila Barak. If you want to be a part of this list, let me know, and we'll add you to the When the Kingdom Comes. I will have known you. Okay? These are all the things of what's to come. We're doing the same thing the people of the Torah did. Zionist Jews, Khazarians' reign is no more. Smart be it. World peace and no more taxes. Goyim and animals. Talmudic law. It's all over. Okay? Because we are making it so due to the Black Sun, baby. So put hashtag Black Sun. You gotta feel those feelings. These are the most powerful things. Is your emotions. Okay? Sadness. The inner fortitude to your soul with joy, all that. And the anger. Use that anger, energy, sadness, distraught, depression. Okay? Why? Because you know the pain the world's going through, suffering. Okay? So you stay positive, but feel that. Really embrace it. Know that these people here, they don't connect with those feelings at all. Okay? This is it. It is. Okay? Gaze to the sun with me. Let's gaze to the sun. Go outside and gaze to the sun. There we go. Okay. I'm grounded to the earth, the black sun, gazing at the sun above. I guess we'll go into this video as James zaps out. Yeah, I got a lot of different necklaces here. Shug Knight, blocks EMF waves, 5G, 4G, you name it. This medallion, it got signs, organite, which has got copper, aluminum, and different crystals type thing that, even with the selenite, these things through thousands of years were in the inner earth, which was kind of used the energy to create all of creation. And the emeralds, which create, I believe, Aurora Borealis or Osiris, which create everything. So let's read this. Are pagans at back? Mythology Explained. You can watch part 1 and 2 at facebook.com/thekazwa, and you'll be able to see the original readings. So let's just jump right in. Nothing is really understood, and no complete and logical explanation is given concerning. Some have tried to explain the cave as representing the cosmos, which is also true, but it is not enough to explain the myth and all its symbols. People often claim that the scorpion or snake is the appearance of the devil, or the appearance of Mithra is a kind of salvation, and other Christianized theories. Okay, so you have Satan out of that. We talked about that, the scorpion and the snake, which actually symbolizes wisdom, okay, and things like that. So let's look at Mithra. I'm going to use my pen on this book, I don't care. So when you have Mithra, H-R-A. So it's 49281. So you have 10, 20, 9. So that's 11, which is 2, and 4, 5, 6. So you have 6. Mithra is 6. Just like, Jesus is 23. Okay. Christ, let me see, Christ is 3, 8, 9, 1, 2. So you have 9 and 9 is always 9, plus 1 is 10. So that's 1, and 8 and 2 is 10, which is 1, so that's 2, and 3, which is 5. I believe Jesus is 5, or 2. Okay? But Mithras is one and the same with Jesus in a sense. So, like a kind of salvation, just like Thoth, which Thoth is what? Because Thoth was the original, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So Thoth, which is where the word thought comes from. 10, and then 10. 8. 8's a very good number. It's a high authority balance of authority. Okay, kind of like Thoth was. He taught language. He's like the original god of Egypt that came from Atlantis or Hyperborea, things like that. It must be understood that Mithraism is extremely old. Now I'm going to tell you, they keep disconnecting me, so we lose connection and then we gain connection. We lose connection and we gain connection. So it says it's recording, but I've never seen it actually do what it says. I've never seen it record. So we'll just hope for the best here. Again. So when I replay this, I want to hear me saying, oh, there it is recording again, because it says it's recording, but I've never seen it actually record. It loses connection every about 5 seconds, 10 seconds. All right. Must be understood that Mithraism is extremely old. We'll look at the sun. So I just hope that you guys stay connected. Much older than what you are usually taught. In any case, its origins go back to Stone Age. The traces are unknown evidences to Bernaquel Cave in France. 176,500 years. The oldest building in the world. But I will not do it. Well, not here, not now. I will just point out that the Chavant Pont des Arcs Cave, France, is 35,000 years ago, with the image of a male human with a bull's head hugging a female human with lion's head, and of course, the well in the cave of La Coque, France, 17,000, with this image. Here it is. This is the image. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Okay, so the bull, or the ox, has always been referred to reference to God. I said that in the last segment, because they could till the land, and you could put like a trailer on the back of them. They were kind of like the original truck, if you think about it. They're like your original Ford F-150. Okay, they could haul grain. They could, you could make bread, and then you could transfer bread in a caravan with an ox or a bull. So they were referred to as El, like Elohim, or El Saturnalia. That's why you have horns on Satan, because he's the bull. Okay, and then the goat kind of like someone who lives a crazy life. You know how goats are, they just do whatever they want. Okay, that's the left path, or like a goat who does whatever it wants. Okay, so that's done. Now you have to understand the one thing. When you see in the mythological symbol what a bull is, this is how we read myths with their symbols. You are told bull, so you think bull. The bull is the male of a cow. And what is the cow? It's many things. A cow, but especially it has a pregnancy that lasts 280 days. Now this is interesting, listen up. Yes, well, so what? It's like the bison, the female bison from the Lacasse cave. On this point, bison, the bull, biscone, the bull are equivalent. 280 days exactly, the same gestation as a European woman. 280 days, i.e., example, lunar months, the 9 solar months. Coincidentally, so literally, they have the same gestation as women's pregnancy, 9 months. This is why we drink cow's milk. You tell me. But it is strange. This is a coincidence. When it's almost the only animal that has the same gestation time as the woman. Women's milk is also replaced first and foremost by cow's milk. Even today, or in fact, especially today. In short, the cow is an avatar of the woman. Okay? So feminine divinity, like the black sun. Okay? This is an animal that we can relate to the black sun. Okay? Women's milk is replaced first and foremost. Even today, in fact, especially today. In short, the cow is the avatar of woman, the bull of a man. Now, related to kingship precisely. You know, like me, that cows or bisons go on a herd like many other animals. You also know that these herds have a dominant male. Not only do they have a dominant male, but they also have a hierarchy. Often related to the age addition to strength and what might be called courage. So I just want to say one thing. We're not lions, we're not bulls, we're not eagles. So it's great to use symbolism, but it's even better to know we are human beings, the most compassionate gatherers that are plant-based eaters. We're not animalistic eaters, okay? Even cows, if we were cows, they're herbivores. Horses are herbivores. They got the same teeth as we do. They bite, okay? They bite. We got chewing motion, flat teeth. We don't have sharp carnivorous teeth. Our intestines aren't small, they're long. They're like a lot longer, 13 feet, where carnivores have like 7 to 8 or 9 feet small intestines. We have a very long small intestines, just like every herbivore on this planet. We're 100% physiologically herbivores, okay? So you may know that these animals have their offspring in spring to ensure optimum development before winter when food is lacking. The predators are a great danger. This means they mate for 9 months before in the summer. So each year, males become aggressive at this time, and kingship of the dominant male is challenged. The bravest male, often most aggressive and most inhabited by the god Pan, and the god Pan is adrenaline, sexual energy, are meeting timber. This is why the bull is tied to the sun. When the sun is strongest in summer, the bull is strongest, which is Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus. I'm not finished. Why is there a dominant male a leader? Perhaps you will answer, because he protects others, and that's what he must be, the strongest. But in fact, it's wrong. Moreover, the dominant bull is often less dangerous for predators than cows protecting their calves themselves. Dominant male kings are often common in different model. Solitary mammals, on the other hand, undergo an important natural selection, more important in males. They also fight during the breeding season, and only the strongest mate. In humans, the male-female sex ratio is not 1-to-1, since there are naturally more boys than girls, about 105%. At the embryo level, it is even worse, since there are more male embryos, fetuses, than there's 120 to 100, but they are said to be more fragile. Most of the miscarriages being male embryos. Why in nature this natural selection on males? We are often to keep only the strongest. Well, but why not keep the strongest females too? Why must the males absolutely be strong? Since often they are contrary to what one believes. He does not protect, especially his cubs, but against other males. Why is this natural selection especially present in mammals? Why is notion of kingship, in fact, and especially in mammals? It'll surprise you, yes. I assure you that this role will surprise you. You know what? Mammal cloning does not work. We did not wait for human science to invent cloning. In nature, plants, but also some animals, reproduce by cloning the female, not mammals. Only 1 to 5% of clones in mammals succeed. That is to say that a viable fetus, and when they say viable, it's not viable, all die quickly in more or less unexplained way. Often the heart stops. This, while genetically there's no problem, since the cloning is a perfect copy of a mother. The importance of DNA in mammals must be questioned. You will agree. Do you know why cloning fails? Because the placentia. Generally, without the father's gene, not even a placentia is obtained. If you get one, it is so defective, so empty. So if you get one, it's so defective and empty, the placenta, that the embryo cannot live alive for more than a few days, as said before, because of heart failure. Most often, keep this in mind because it will be important. If it comes to term, it is assumed that the failures in the baby are related to the placenta, which has flagrant abnormality. Okay, it's assumed the failures of the baby are related to the placenta, which has flagrant abnormalities at birth. In the normal pregnancy, and in case of a normal embryo, the placenta is composed mainly of the father's genes. In other words, the placenta is the father, and the father brings the heart. All those who abuse me defending a matriarchal, which is like marital worldview, because they hear that the placenta was important in religion of our ancestors, must understand that the placenta is the father. Or patriarchy in a natural way. There's no coexist and a complementary of two genders. That's everywhere, or almost everywhere, in nature, and especially among mammals, whose reproductive systems exclude cloning. The placenta has an equivalent symbol in the outside world. In fact, he has many, but one, the most in common, is the tree, as I said many times. Why? And it takes from the mother the air and the earth for the tree. The air and the earth for the tree. It takes the mother the nutrients that are there to make them available for another type of life and fetus for the placenta. The animal living for the tree. In addition to that, it turns waste into food and oxygen. Carbon dioxide into oxygen in feces and urine. Only urine and blood waste concerning the fetus into food. These functions are obviously essential, but that's not all. If we look a bit in recent studies, very recent in fact, there's evidence to what I explained before. The placenta is a twin of the fetus, but it is also, how to say that it's the architect. If the nutrients exist in the mother, but there is no architect, they are not transmitted, as shown by the cloning of mammals. In animal life, in the same way, the nutrients available in animal life exist to the mother, and there's no way to architect that and transmit, as shown in the cloning of animals. Including animals. In the same way, if the nutrients available to animal life are well available in the earth and in the sky, they are not transmitted to animal life. The tree acts as a pump, a transmitter, and an architect. Have I not already told you that trees, when I say trees, it's also plants, manipulate animals? That we manipulate them too. And that's a problem. The fetus also manipulates the placenta. As the young boy or girl entails, ends up taking over the ogre, or the placenta, it is not clear who manipulates whom. In fact, we know that one manipulates the other and the other manipulates the first one. So they are formed according to each other. The transmitted DNA is one thing, but the DNA is modeled and activated in one way or another by the placenta, especially through the nutrients it gives or does not give or keeps or does not keep. By this ability to model, to come from the Father, is the ability to pump nutrients as the heart. The active genes, it becomes from the Father. The father placenta manipulates the mother by its endocrine or hormonal function so that it builds the fetus as it wants. Nutrients in the mother, the construction will not be reliable either way. But understand one thing, natural selection then works by itself. Since the non-viable fetuses, due to a lack of nutrients or physical problem, and the mother will not live well, and therefore the mother will have no viable lineage, or little. Having a bad architect is much worse for everyone, especially for nature and the mother, who invests available nutrients at a loss, and that is why natural selection in complex system of reproduction must take place before pregnancy. But wait, understand one thing, our incarnation and identity of a newborn was transmitted by the placenta, memory in other words. This does not mean that the reincarnated identity does not come partly from the genes of the mother, but what I have called before, the memory genes, would thus be activated or not by the placenta. In other words, the memories come from the placenta. It is linked to the fact that humans, more than 60%.
We made a cheesecake. This is vanilla sauce Belgian waffle. Want to bite?
I guess.
It is? What do you think? This is German vanilla sauce. This is
German vanilla sauce.
You know they put it over a different, like a dump noodle? Like
Oh my god.
Is that not the bomb?
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild.
Mm-hmm. The best
Look
vanilla,
at that squirt.
best vanilla sauce in the world. Soak up the sauce. It made us big.
She's probably about to die. That happens, all going. Maybe one more thing incredible. That's good. Okay, so we're talking about the placenta. Can't lose my spot here. Do a little bit of kratom. Take a break. Get you some moringa. You deserve it. It's great when you can just gaze at the sun. Cheers to a healthy future, moringa seed, the moringa cryptic kingdom. And that's going to be the beautiful thing is we're going to be able to produce this moringa to the world 50 tons at a time. We're going to bag them. The reasoning for this, in this truck, we have 50 tons, because I can hold that amount. Well, I mean, not in this, probably a ton. Yeah, I know I can carry a ton in this truck. And we'll be going and have like a pile. We'll get a warehouse. We'll make sure that it's got the cryptic energy, first of all. So you're kind of like praying over it as we grow it from the heirloom organic seed like we do already. We're growing it, we're going to harvest it. We're going to get diabetes, cancer. Yes. Yes. This is the cure for everything. You talk about cancer, diabetes, HIV, AIDS. This plant has been known by Johns Hopkins University prevent and cure diseases. We've seen Lyme disease reversed. We've seen Ebola reversed. Okay, you can't look at, oh, this disease. Those words are man-made words that talk about parts of the body where the immune system can't correct itself, or there's a virus. So don't look at the man-made word. Look at how to prevent, or look at how to reverse. So if everything is based on your immune system, your DNA, moringa helps build up the cell structure of your body with all the amino acids, the proteins it offers, 98 nutrients, 47 antioxidants. A lot of times people hear this information and they go and buy it somewhere else. We're the only source of this moringa that is actually heirloom organic, the original wildcrafted produce. That's why when you get moringa in the stores anywhere, it's blanched, it's sprayed, it's hybridized, it's junk. It does not have the original power of moringa. So you're not going to prevent, or you're not going to reverse your diseases. That's why you don't see it work. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Our Moringa, the Cryptic Kingdom, is going to bring the good Moringa to the world. And we're going to the drug addicts, the sick people, the hospitals, and we're going to reverse their illness. And we don't care. Nobody's going to stop. That's going to be the first thing. So when we do that, and we make believers out of people within 30 days or so, to 16 weeks, everybody's cancer will be gone, diabetes, HIV, high blood pressure. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't have a reverse, we're going to put that out there that we are going to reverse it. And we need you to tell yourself, allow it, know it, visualize yourself cured, walking on the off the deathbed, walking home. Allow it, feel it, okay? Know it, visualize it, recognize it, and remember it, that you are healed, you are fine. You are a miracle. You are capable. You are powerful. Okay? And that's what I want you guys to understand, is we're going to take this Moringa Cryptic stuff. We have 50 tons of it. We're going to go to the hospitals, go to Rhode Island, Seattle, where there's drug addiction so bad it's rampant out worldwide. And we're going to start spraying Moringa in the skies and the soil. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to correct all the world problems. There'll be no more disease. There'll be no more famine. There'll be no more illnesses. Okay? And so that's the first thing we're doing. The Moringa Cryptic Kingdom is in place. Okay? With the 13th dynasty. So cheers to this. Smart be it. Smart be it. This is it. It is. It has started. Cheers to a healthy future. The kingdom within is without. And today, it will be. Withhold the inner fortitude of your soul. It is filled. Your cup be filled with nutrition and minerals, pure oxygen, clean, pure water, pure soil, food, and enjoy a paradise that you deserve. The Moringa Cryptic Kingdom, the Black Sun Baby, ABbabolla, the Black Sun Baby, the Kazwa, EGP, the subconscious below, be the above conscious above, that we create this, ABbabolla. Woo. Yeah. Keep it up, my friends. Keep it up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. It's coming soon. We're about to end all this, okay? I want y'all to just stick in there. Don't give up. Keep gazing at the sun, okay? That's going to clean and decalcify your pineal gland, okay? My Black movie, it's coming out now. I can't wait till you see it. I want you guys to subscribe. Check it out. I want you to subscribe. It's gonna be everywhere. We're gonna put advertising on it. We're gonna hit it everywhere to support, because I do all this stuff pretty much selflessly. I want you guys to at least buy something, some Moringa powder, pound, veggie caps, anything to keep the websites up. If you want this truth to prolong and stay alive right now, where it means the most, then just go on our product page. You can check it out that way. You can email me, text me. They blocked a lot of my accounts, yes, because I come up with too much truth. But look, they can't take me out, and they won't take me out. I refuse to allow them to take me out, and you can too. Smart be it. Just say, I do not allow, say it with me, I do not allow any curses, hex, or plagues to be presented on me. That means whether it's paying taxes, commandments, anything that is to curse mankind, you be disabled at this point. And I've already put that out on the book of things to come. Right here, this is the book of curses against the evil. All curses off. All curses off. Smart be it. This is it. It is. ABbabolla, the Kazwa, EGP. They can't. I've already said all this. This is to the elite. This is to the 33rd degree. We have them in our pocket. We got control over them. So guys, all you gotta do is stand up, step up, and stand up for what's the truth. They can't stop us all. There's about 16 million of them, and there are literally, okay, billions, at least 4 billion people who are truth seekers, okay? And if you want to say there's 8 billion people on this planet, then that tells you over half or so are, you know, good people. So there's your yin and your yang. I don't believe in duality. There is no such thing, okay? Nature is just. It is fair. Just as I was saying about Lady Justice. Every nation has a Lady Justice. She has a blindfold on that see no evil. The 2 royal elites that are down at the bottom laughing, they have their mouth covered, that speak no evil. And then the one elite king, he's got his ears plugged in, and that means hear no evil. Hear no evil. Speak no evil. Say no evil. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And it's Lady Justice. She's got a sword in her right hand and a book. Or no, balancers in her left hand. Okay? That symbolizes duality or justice. You know, did you break the law? What's going to happen? You're going to do life in prison, or are you free? Okay? And they honestly don't deserve that type of power. Because had we not had an infrastructure that was based off of a monarchy system of people who are higher than a hierarchy, an oligarchy, an Orwellian aristocratic system, that was created in Europe, then, and it's now here in America, it's called capitalism, but it's corporatism. At first they gave us a little bit of freedom, and then we sold out all of our liberty for a little bit of freedom and a little bit of security. You don't need guns. You never have. You do not need guns. You don't need violence. You don't. All you need is non-compliance with corruption, period. That's how it works, okay? So ground yourself, gaze to the sun, and protest against atrocity. Protest against corruption. You don't need a gun. I'm doing it. I don't have a gun. I have a shovel. Grow gardens. Don't throw bombs. Grow gardens. Stop shooting people. Grow gardens. They're throwing food bombs at you. GMO this. Hybrid that. It's all junk food. Okay? Processed food. You don't even need to consume animal. You don't need to harm my animals. You don't need to harm my, even with meat, dairy, and eggs, you don't need it. Okay? And we're seeing that. We're seeing that. It's gotten so bad, they're trying to clone the damn cows because they can't even keep up with the procreation of the cows. It's pretty pathetic. Oh man, I didn't know that. This is pretty wild, guys. The placenta is in the man, so we're getting, the male is kind of like what we always thought the female was. The man is the one that brings the genetics down to the female, and the female egg is what. So that's some really amazing information in this. Not sure if we got mail or not. It's amazing, but man, I need to put some water on me. Get some sun. If you ain't out in the sun, getting some sun, getting some oxygen, you ain't living life. You ain't gonna get beautified. You ever notice just people who go get tans, they just look like more beautiful, radiant people in general, healthier? How do you think that moringa becomes so nutritional? I broke this before. Moringa is the most nutritional, antioxidant-rich plant ever because it has an ability from the subconscious to root itself to the black sun. The black sun created that plant, no doubt, because it knew that it needed to create a tree that would heal all nations. It's even mentioned in Revelations that there would be a tree that does so. The leaves of the tree heal all nations. Okay? You can say that's cannabis, but the thing is, it clearly said the leaves of the tree. Now, did you know moringa is the leaves that we consume, and it heals all nations? It's been healing nations for 8,000 plus years on record. Sumerians used it. Egyptians, Cleopatra used it for beautification. She got her slaves to harvest the leaves. She got the oil and would bathe in it. It was called bin oil. That's even in your textbooks. Bin oil is moringa oil. You can look that up. It's true. It's absolute truth. So, yeah, that's what I do. I'll get the Moringa Queen oil. I put it on my... I had some on from earlier, and I put it in all here. I feed it to my beard, get that healthy. I put it on here, on my face. You can put some like essential like rose oil spray if you have those essential sprays or whatever they are, and you can put it all on your stomach, put it on your body, put it on your feet is really important. Right here, you can do oil, spiritual oil, when you like fast, you put it here and here, right in the center of your brain where your pineal gland is. Feed that pineal gland the moringa oil. I'm telling you, it's like light energy. And our moringa oil has like gold in it, like gold, real gold. And it's because it gets it from the soil, and it's in the seed. And that's what's so special about those seeds. It's why it purifies water. It's magical. They don't even know why moringa does all this stuff that it does. Look how good it is for the hair. It makes my hair really thick. I have it with the shampoo. I put my moringa oil in with the shampoo. It's just insane what it can do, y'all. You have no idea. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get the moringa oil. Yes, you're right. There you go. Exactly. You get the moringa oil, put it all over your body, put it on your hair, put it on your feet, put it on your legs, like it's a sunscreen. It blocks radiation at cellular level. Like it blocks Wi-Fi, 4G, all that. So moringa oil, excellent. The science. And I also was on I Cure Cancer twice over the same thing. Because we were healing and reversing cancer so rapidly on the streets that they had Ian Jacqueline recorded it because he wanted to see the science, how we were doing it, how you take soursop and moringa, you mix it together and it kills cancer cells 10,000 times better. So this stuff, it actually targets and kills cancer cells 10,000 times better than chemo and radiation. Is that not wild? And I hear people telling me, Eric, you know, my wife or so-and-so died of painful, slow death, you know, to cancer and stuff like that. And it really saddens me. And that's why I like to go on a crusade and try to help people, because it's like the same damn thing. It didn't need to happen, okay? Cancer is completely preventable. But this is why it's sad to me, because real loved ones are dying as there are real cures for cancer, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a hair tie. I'm telling him, like that guy that does that stuff, you know, his wife died. And you know, he's not even 50 years old. He's 40 something.
What stuff?
Huh?
What stuff?
He died. She died. And it's just sad because she didn't need to die. It's a lack of information.
Yeah.
And she died a slow, painful death, and he loved her. You can tell. He's got all this money now, and he's not happy at all. But he's probably one of the smartest men I've ever seen.
Who is he?
That guy. The fat guy. Tattoos. He even calls himself the fat guy with tattoos. Fat guy, tattoo smuck guy. He don't even care about life anymore. He's just lost all feather for life. He don't care. It's why he's dedicated himself to tell the world the truth about magnetism and the truth about physics. He don't even care. And he gets death threats too. Very down-to-earth guy. Go check him out. Athathios Apostasia, I think is his. Theora Apostasius. Like, not the easiest YouTube channel name. Of course, it means, like, you know, like a theoretical physicist. That was the original theoretical physicist. And then apostasia, which is church. So the church of truth, seekers. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if this looks good at all. This looks probably stupid as hell.
It's an upside down blade.
It's an upside down. This is my Viking blade, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty wild. I look like I could have an axe. I have an axe of truth.
Yeah.
This is my Trump Viking hairdo. Just throw it over.
Exactly.
It's the Trump Thor. Trump Thor. Trump Thor. Hey, Coco. Coco. Huh? Trump Thor. Thor Trump. Okay, we're getting back to business here. Let's read the rest of this before it kicked me off.
Did it?
I hope this doesn't look embarrassing. It doesn't look bad on this corner. I can't tell. It's kind of like the goody boy right here, if I had short hair.
Yeah.
And then bam, like, this is the retro Viking deal. You watch, all the Vikings are gonna get down and start this.
Yeah.
You just braid your hair to the corner, you point it to like a 90-degree corner. Actually, it's 45-degree corner, and then you just pull it off and you do it to the side, and then throw it over. It's kind of like to pull it out of your face.
Yeah.
Oh man. So this is interesting. The man is the one with the placenta, not the woman. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. That's what they're not telling us.
Yeah.
This is why they take the placenta from the man to clone it. They clone the female. That's why they can't properly do cloning. That's why it's such a failure rate, because it's actually the male has the placenta and they can't clone the male. But wait, understand one thing. Our ancestors thought quite clearly that the reincarnation, keep in mind, cloning's been tried for thousands of years. Thousands and thousands of years ago, they were able to clone. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, just about everything you think that's coming out is not new at all. Telephone's been around, internet, everything. Okay, free energy, the Egyptians created it.
Just introduced
Tesla reinvented these things. Okay. Reincarnated identity does not come partly from the genes of the mother, but what I have called before the memory genes. Okay, thus to be activated not only by the placenta, in other words, the memories that come from the placenta. It is also linked to the fact that in humans, more than 60% of the nutrients of pregnancy are given. The brain of the fetus, which is extremely greedy, the vitality and growth of the brain depends directly on the vitality and growth of the placenta, and is not possible in case of a not enough greedy placenta. So to speak, the greedy placenta, the humans, because of our big brain, creates pregnancy, diseases peculiar to the human being, such as preeclampsia. Okay, so just a kind of a breakdown overview of this. This is really interesting. The brain wears 60% of your memories. So I'm like a green thumb. I'm really good at growing things. That's because it's a gene that was passed down by my grandpa. He used to grow Christmas trees, and he was a gardener, and he grew a winery. He fermented these grapes to make wine. So he was a wine, brewer. He also had gardens galore, and Christmas trees, and sarsaparilla trees, and all kinds of stuff. He loved growing. That attribute was passed through his placenta down to his children, my mother, and my mother passed it down to me. Okay, so in a sense, it's the tree of life from your own genetic story that continues to follow you throughout your lineage and your blood. This is why it's very crucially important to be a good person and pass that good personness down to your children. Your bloodline literally is what you reflect through your actions today, okay, so to speak. It's the brain that you pass. How do you pass a good brain down to your kids? It's the placenta of the male, okay? Memory genes. It's pretty amazing. Well, then, I think kingship is tied to that, since the role of the dominant male, or drastic natural selection in males, is to be the best in relation to a given environment, with respect to, if I may say, a natural goal or mutual modeling of animals. It is on the male that the natural selection in mammals takes place first and foremost. So is the myth of Mithra. Okay, so I just want to say this. This is why you have to naturally allow us men to naturally be men. If we want to grow our hair long, our beard, if we want to walk around butt naked, if we want to do our own thing, it's the dominant male species intuitive natural design that we are not told what to do. It's our natural kingmanship. This is why they've created pansies out of these kings, these men.
Snowflakes.
Yeah, these snowflakes go in court. I could be like Dan Pena and say, yeah, take a stand. But see, he's talking about, Dan Pena is talking about growing balls and being cutthroat and being a dominant male in the sense of destroying your neighbor and your brother and tearing him down to build yourself up. A dog-eat-dog shark world. That's not what this or anything I'm talking about is even about. Men should be able to procreate, have their kingmanship, have their property, have their territory, have their woman or womans, their daughters and their sons, bring them up exactly how they wish. These women, and we talk about feminism, okay? If anything, men have always supported the ideology of feminism because Sophia was our god. This is where it all went fucking south, okay? When they created a belief system from paganism, which used to be all masculine, okay? Worshipping the feminine, okay? Just like the Egyptians. They knew who the creator was, a divine feminine force, the whole. They took the whole, like your mother's vagina, and instead they swapped it out and gave you a cross or a phallus. So they created homosexual magic. They crossed the hole out and they gave you a steeple or a phallus symbol. So in other words, you worship God, a man. You worship Jesus, a man. Do you find anything that's a woman? No, Mother Marie. Mother Marie is the moon. She doesn't exist because the moon doesn't exist. So they've canceled her out too. She don't even exist. She's supposed to be Shiva. They've canceled her out, but what did they trade her in for when they created Christianity? Guess what? The Holy Spirit. That's how they degrade the divine. They created a ghost. The Holy Spirit, the Shekinah glory. Why do you think those Jews go up against the wall and they start humping the wall and say that they're connecting with the Shekinah glory? They are humping the divine feminine spirit, the Shiva, the Sophia, the Isis, Ishtar, the feminine fertility. In fact, the black hole that takes you to the black sun, which is really both male and female combined subconscious minds. Because the male and female at its prime ultimate state together is only the black sun. The only reason we identify the divine feminine as the black sun is because it created things like the womb of a vagina creates a baby, created you. You came out of the womb of your mother. That's where we all came out of, the womb of Mother Earth, Gaia. They know this. We've known this for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. Why the hell are you accepting the Literally, you're accepting. It's nothing. Again, I've said this a million times. I'll say it every freaking time. I'm not against homosexual people. They call themselves. There's no such thing as homosexual. There's no such thing as gay. There's no such thing. There may be such thing as a transgender because they swap their sex. That's about the only thing that's real. Okay. The other stuff is homosexual magic or gay acts. I can go and make out with another man, sleep with another man, fornicate with another man. It doesn't make me gay or homosexual. I know what you say, but words don't have power over anyone's life unless you allow it to. It's a propagandic agenda. That's all it is. You, as a man, no matter what, have a penis. You can drop and fall into a hole, a vagina, and create a baby with the loins of your sperm to create a baby. I don't care how gay you think you are. I've seen gay men, bisexual men. It obviously can happen. So, how can a gay man have babies? Because he's got a damn fucking penis! It's gonna drive me crazy. Because that is that's the very problem with this world right here, right now. And this is, they've done this every freaking time. Every 400 years. They get us so messed up with our hormones. You think this stuff with their chemical engineering and GMO is new? No. They've done this in poisoning food for eons. Why? Because they know if they destroy the natural hormones, it's the immune system that holds up the placenta and things like that they can cause sterility and cause infertility in females. And they can cause hormonal deplacencies in women. And what's that going to cause? Well, she's going to act all crazy and hormonal. He's not going to like it. He wants to run to his friends. He's going to become more attracted to men and hanging out with guys. She's going to be more attracted to women because women understand her feelings. And it's all because your testosterone to estrogen levels are all out of whack. We all have testosterone. We all have estrogen, no matter who we are. There's a regulation. When you eat healthy food, you are regulated. I am regulated and I'm healthy because I'm attracted to the female species. And you can give me cookies and some screwed up water and dilute it and mess it up to where you'll mess up my hormones. And then I might be more centered or swayed to doing homosexual acts. Even then, biologically, I'm still a man, physiologically still a man, and it doesn't matter because as long as my actions don't go that way, then it doesn't matter. And even if it did, it doesn't change who I am. Okay? And it doesn't change who you are. What they've done is made a religion that took out the divine feminine and made women pretty much useless in our societal norm, our societal terminology, and culturally. Okay? This is why every other religious or, old, ancient belief system that's been called and canceled out as paganism was actually the only balance because they knew about the divine feminine. Egyptians knew about the divine feminine. They knew the importance of gazing to the sun as a masculine energy. To get your information from the sun, to connect with the down below, the feminine energy down below, which is your own subconscious. There is a story that's written out just for you, that you created. I have a me in the inner earth that specifically wrote Erik Plott's story. And as long as I connect with it, I'm going to have a badass storyline and a cool freaking plot. Because I'm that person. I saw that person on the phone when I was I saw that person and he talked to me. And he said, keep up the good work, Erik. And he practically told me my videos were going to be taken down, but I didn't understand what he was doing at the time. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, Vimeo took down all my videos. So it was prophetic that if I connect with the inner earth me, that I already wrote all this because I had to have my account taken down so that you all would know that my videos are offensive and maybe you should check them out now because my videos are gone. It's live. And then I just delete it right away. Maybe you should have taken heed to actually watch my videos and take me serious. You see? Because that's how important this is. I'm not making this shit up for views. I'm not even doing this for money. Okay? I could be, and I could be making a lot of freaking money. I could have went to Harvard University and made a lot of money. I could have went over there and got a job and made a lot of money. Money to me doesn't matter. Okay? It really doesn't. It's a man-made, tangible, you could say asset, but the monetary system does not work, and it never has worked. It only causes the destruction of humanity while slowly dismantling the environment and destroying animals and all life beings around you. There's no two ways about that either. There's absolutely not a single good thing about a monetary system at all. Challenge me, I dare you, because I can show you. That's the reality. There's nothing good about money. I can tell you what a good money system would be: cashless, free, enterprise society. You work by gazing at the sun and living off the land. All you need is a plot of land. This is why they don't like minimalists. They don't like minimalists. Gaze at the sun and get connected with the inner earth black sun consciousness, subconsciousness. Then the sun brings it to light in this reality. And actually, they used to have ways to teleport into the inner earth. When people say, oh, I tripped on Ashwagandha, peyote, I took DMT, and I saw these little alien gods or this little god himself. Well, what those people or those spirit beings are either those souls that have died, passed away from the past, who know all things from the Egyptian times, who were on a high frequency back then. They can be called aliens because they're not from our realm, okay? When people say, oh, another dimension. No, you can't think in dimension. Dimension, gravity, the spinning ball globe, none of that exists. Energy doesn't exist. Waves don't exist, okay? The only thing that exists is a dielectric psi, or a meaning dual, positive, negative, static, neutral, that grounds to the flat earth. This flat earth is like a coil, like a Tesla coil. The energy goes down to the ground. That's the black sun. It's so grounded. It's solid. Can you imagine being somewhere where you feel like this? Like just being pulled down? That's the grounding. That's how powerful the black sun, when I saw it moves as if it weighs like 1,000,000 tons. So the way the black sun moves, it looks like it weighs 1,000,000,000 tons. But then at the same time, it's weightless, like a feather. Can you imagine that? And that's called dark energy. It's the most powerful energy, and it's all space and no space at the same time. So it's freezing cold, but at the same time, when you touch it, you'll burn your freaking hand off. Explain that. That's the creator of the universe. So beautiful. I keep cutting in and out, in and out. I'm sick of this shit. It's gonna be so cut up. I'm sorry, y'all. This is gonna be the choppiest video ever made. Okay.
Yeah, there should be no reason because I've got full internet connection. I know.
Anyway, I was telling Rhonda the other day how beautiful it is that yeah, homie, what's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well. He's doing all right. Connection available. Gotta wait for the connection. Nope, connection available. Oh, connection available. I'm just gonna, thumbs up means connection available. Thumbs down means connection not available. Okay, so right now we're connected. All right, they're good with whatever I have to say for 2 seconds.
Real quick.
I got my 5 seconds. Hold on, let me get my water. I need to get a sip in. You guys can watch me sip this. So I should start doing it. It says connection unavailable. I start to go take a piss. If connection unavailable, I start to go take a drink. Connection unavailable. I flick the camera off. I mean, it just doesn't matter. Okay. Connection available. Okay. I was telling Rhonda the other day, it's beautiful because, you know, it's really sad. You got this God of the Bible, and I know Christians, people, close your eardrums. Okay. You think your God is so omnipresent and beautiful, and he's majestic and immaculate. But look, the very depiction that they chose for you to idolatrize, meaning you worship an idol, a cross, a man that's naked on a cross, who has been beaten and bruised and bloodied, 3 holes in his feet, and one hole in his feet, 2 holes over here, which that symbolizes oxygen, 2 parts oxygen, 1 hydrogen, by the way, H2O. 2 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. That's Jesus up on a cross, which is the life. He's the breath of life. He is H2O. Okay, he's the pyramid. Did you know the word pyramid means fire in the center? That's why Jesus was in the center. He died. The 2 on the right, the thief and the other guy, he's the completeness. He's the center. Okay, so anyway, really, it's sad that we, as men, bow down to another man who is naked on a cross. Okay, and you're going to say, oh, but it's so beautiful, all this stuff. That man is Caesar Borgia, he is a pedophile who killed his father so he could have sexual relations with his mother and his sister, who had sex with children, newborn infants, and would slaughter and sacrifice them. And Da Vinci drew paintings of this man that we know today as Jesus Christ. That is your Savior, okay? And you shouldn't even have a painting of a man to worship anyway. And this is what I love most. This is what's the beautiful part. The black sun is so badass. You can connect with it. Connection available. And you can literally see it in its face. It's like your pupils in your eyes. I love it. It says, I am the apple of your eyes. So it's like the things I tell you about the black sun. It's like these holy men and prophets they knew all this stuff that I'm telling you. They've known it for thousands of years. But they knew they had to write a Torah, a spell book, to keep people in the dark about this information. So they knew, everybody knows this, back then, thousands of years ago, they knew the black sun. They knew it controlled everything. They knew it was the creator. They knew there's a center earth, Mount Meru, Garden of Eden, where everything was created. They knew that. Now, connection available. To enslave the new gods that come out of the loins of your mother, they had to subject them as not family. So they made you goyim, or slaves, less than. They put their royal families, the blue bloods, they even call themselves blue bloods, as opposed to another one, red bloods. Together they're purple blood. There's the red bloods and the blue bloods. You got two separate families that control the world, okay? Abrahamic faith came out of this. The slaves have no, one way or another, that means they had to cut off and blackball black sheep and disown someone in their own family to do this. This is how ruthless they are. They've cut someone off in their family, which it's probably the Edomite, the Shemite, who is Esau, and they cursed him. They said, fuck him, right? And that whole family became cursed. Or Cain, you had Cain and Abel, he killed his brother, and then there was Set, okay? Well, this cursed tribe is you, if you're a slave. Well, if you're not sitting back enjoying life being a royal, you probably come from a Canaanite tribe or a Edomite tribe, one way or another, okay? So what's going on here is they taught us as gods that we were supposed to follow God, okay? The black sun. They changed the name. They could come out with thousands of names like EIO, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah Jireh. Even the Jews, when they started, they didn't know what to call it. And some will say, it's Yahuwah. Did Yahuwah tell you that? Okay? It was written on a stone somewhere. You saw it? Have you seen that stone? Do you know Hebrew? Does it matter? Think about it, okay? Whether it's Yahuwah, Jehovah, Yahweh. The Jews originally, they'd say his name once a year anyway, but they called him a nameless one. Okay, they didn't like to use his name because they knew it was Sophia or Shiva or the Black Sun. You don't want to give it a name. And in reality, my personal relationship with the Black Sun, I don't give it a name. Okay, I don't. It doesn't feel right, and that's it. You don't even use English. You connect. It's intentional. It's intentions, and it's the greatest way. And we could be living that way. And language could be so much cooler, and it could be so much better. We could just be connecting telepathically, look at each other and just, like, yeah, had a nice day, how are you? And not even said anything, you know? And that, to me, is pretty wild. And you know what's the opposite of that? Stuff like Facebook, writing books. It's the opposite. Why do we gotta be all wordy? Why do I have to sit here and explain all this stuff to you?
Check out my Hallelujah
See,
show.
luckily you have someone who's holy and majestic enough that I am breaking down the entire world and the secrets of the universe into English. And I can guarantee, actually I know no one's done that. There's a few truth seekers who will talk about certain topics, and but I nail all the most important topics. And that you won't read about because it's esoteric. And again, why is it esoteric? Like I just said. See, I just moved those clouds out of the way at work. It's awesome.
I know.
I just put my arm and waved at it and just went like opened up.
It went right out. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of like I told you, the sun has a relationship with you. It's like, if you ignore it, it's like, all right, hell with you, I'll go away. And clouds cover it. And then you feel like, you're starting to pay attention to it again. You're like, wait, go away. Like, so that tells you that you're a conscious energy. You're a conscious energy. I don't even like using the word energy because then it makes you think you got to build this energy up. It's way more wild than that. Okay, it's not like you got to build up energy. You just you think it into existence through your subconscious. So you start thinking of a better world. When you smell it starting to rain, you think of it raining and pouring real hard, and you build off that energy. And so it happens into manifestation. I think we got connection again. We must have lost connection about 400 times by now. So I'm sorry if this video has been chopped up for y'all. That's all I can do. It's what happens when you share the secrets of the universe with the world. So again, so it's like you were born gods. These people cut you off from their family, said we're going to create a world of inequality. We're going to teach these goyim that they have mutual equality, that they have freedom, as if you needed to be told that you have freedom and liberties. As a human person, you are a divine beyond God. I say you're beyond God, okay? because God equates to 8, which is equal high authority. But I'm telling you, there's a power beyond God. It's the creator, it's the maker, and you are one part with that creator. You are so closely tight-knitched, dare I say, you are the roots of the creator below. And it's below the roots creates up here the trees and the reality we see before us. So I'm about to get cut off, I imagine. So I'm going to read the rest of this book at a later time. We left off at, so the myth, interesting, this is good. And look, the light, the sun's coming out, baby. See, just tell the clouds to move and they'll move. It's a beautiful thing. So, with that said, go out and sun gaze. Do what you got to do to, earth with the ground, and really look at the sun and gaze, and really just lose your mind. Lose your mind. I'm telling you, I'm giving you permission to lose your mind. Let it go. Be crazy, right? The hell with all this. We don't need the system anymore at all. We never did. Get back to your roots. Get back to God, the Sophia, Yahuwah, whatever you want to call it, Allah, the nameless one. Connect with it. Be set free from all tangible man-made words, titles, labels, tangible things that you don't need. We never needed this trash, this big metal gunk and cardboard or brick houses. We don't need any of it. We don't need laws. We have natural law. We know what's right. You know what's right the day you were born. Don't act like you didn't know that you could kill someone or not, okay? You don't need to. The indigenous people, like I told you, my Cherokee tribes weren't off killing people. We had an organized structure. Everything was normal. Weren't a bunch of heathens. We certainly weren't coming to pillage the land, rape our women, and steal land and claim it as ourselves with the flags. But I'll tell you who was. You American Christians who did all that in the name of Jesus Christ. There's even a boat called Jesus Walks on Water. I mean, how sick. I mean, it's just pathetic. And then you want to actually call yourselves Christian, but you don't do anything. And you bow down to the Zionist Jews, as I said. So we're breaking it out. We're standing strong. No, you Zionist Jews are not going to tell us what to do anymore. No, you are not. Smart be it. From this day forth, you have no power over my words, over our people, and our actions. Never, ever, ever again. This is it. It is. ABbabolla, the Black Sun Baby, the Kazwa, EGP, Abbabubu. In case you don't know, I love music, and I just trying to put this into the Hallelujah show. I kind of worked on a new one, which went. Something like that. This is I don't know, coming up with something new for, I don't know, one of the newest episodes, because we're doing the one on the Edomites. It's funny. In case you don't know, I love music, and I just trying to put this into the Hallelujah show. I kind of worked on a new one, which went. Something like that. This is I don't know, coming up with something new for, I don't know, one of the newest episodes, because we're doing the one on the Edomites. It's funny.